Jesse told me, quick, get the camera. And I'm like, why? We're not gonna film today. It's already like 5 o'clock. Day's done. He's like, oh no, trust me, it's just getting started. Hurry, you gotta get to the hardware store. I'm pretty sure they're gonna close in like 30 minutes.
They're gonna close in about 45, yep.
Let's talk on the run.
So today has been a supply run kind of day. Truck is currently full from the end of the trailer to the front of the truck. We got all of our perf pipe with drain sock. All of our ICF bracing is in the back of the pickup.
Wow.
We've got membrane, waterproof membrane to go up the footing and the walls. What else? Water.
Is it bad in the background? I hear ching 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 ching.
Don't even ask.
Okay.
Don't even ask.
I won't.
I'm just gonna say that the bracing rent.
Okay.
Staggering amount of money, but the good news is it's rent. So when we return them
Money
in
back.
one piece,
Ooh.
cash back, baby. Last night, too dark to film. Alyssa and Cheeb helped us unload all of this stinking ICF stuff off of a 53-foot van. That was a lot of fun.
That was
we used
fun.
the
That was our
backhoe.
day off.
Holy cow, yeah, we're like, all right, footings
Day
are
off.
poured.
Yep.
Let's let our hair down. Let's put some nice clothes on. And then the phone rings and it's like, ICFs are going to be here in 2
And I'm
hours.
like, you're not coming till tomorrow morning. He's like, nope, now.
I'm coming now, 6:30 at night.
Yep.
He came right to the door. Well, turns out we had to figure out how to get this stuff out of a semi truck with the backhoe. We did do it. It was not fun. The good news is it's all collapsible ICFs, so the amount of pallets here could have easily been double. Thankfully, it was not.
Yep.
We've got all the foam for underneath the slab.
So tall.
And around the footing. We're going to frost protect the footing on the sides and on the top. So all this stuff showed up last night out of nowhere. And then I've got to run to the hardware store really quick and pick up all the lumber. We bought a bunch of lumber for the ICF bracing system. So I've got to go get that before they close, and the filter fabric. And then it's time to put all this money over there into the house.
That's nice to see. I like the sound of that. This bracing system's pretty heavy.
Very heavy.
Nothing building a house is light, I'll just say that. You can expect everything to be heavy. Oof. Woof. Look at those.
Oh, these are membranes.
These are the ones.
Smokes.
Lightform provided us with some. Long story short, we need more, right?
We need different ones we need two. We need two different ones.
Yep.
Oh, that's 60 mil. That's thick.
Go, go, go. Hook up to the other one.
Go, go, go.
Keep going. Make it go higher. Okay.
Gotta go.
Get her done.
It's not too high.
Check for Bugaboo. He's not under there.
Bugaboo, where are you?
All right. Are you off to the races?
Kids are clear. I better put these straps somewhere.
Meet back out here in an hour.
Yeah. We're under a little bit of time constraints because we've got folks coming this weekend who've offered their labor to help. Well, you know what? They're helping us with whatever they're helping us with. We haven't promised them anything specific, but what we hope to use their help for is getting the ICF walls stacked, because there's so much repetition that it's a really great way to kind of utilize a larger group of people. Setting up the forms and doing all that stuff, we really couldn't have used maybe 2 people extra. But I think we've got somewhere around like 4 or 5 people coming this weekend. We've got to get these forms off and get all the concrete ready. So we have to pull the stakes out, bang the forms off, remove all of our cleats, and then we're going to try something. We're going to clean out behind the footings and install our perf pipe. But before we do that, we have a waterproof membrane that needs to go right here on the outside of the footing. It comes up the footing, in the footing, and then it's going to come up the wall. That's so that this clay that you see right here, no water is going to go through that clay. All the water is in this rocky, sandy soil. So it comes down here, hits the clay, and starts moving this way. So it's going to come over here and hit the wall. We want it to go down that membrane, down the footing, outside the footing, and there's going to be perf pipe right here along the wall. But of course we got to get the forms off there, and we've got to get the membrane installed before we can put the perf pipe on. Then we've got to get drain rock to put over that. And then finally, we have filter fabric that goes over the rock. The filter fabric is there to keep the fine soil, the super fine silt, keeps it out of your drain rock in theory, so that the water can get through the drain rock and get into your perf pipe. So all of that stuff, and there's something else I'm forgetting, has to be done by Friday. And right now it's Wednesday evening, so we've got maybe 2-ish days to get all that prep work done. The reason that has to happen is before we stack the walls, is once the walls are stacked, we don't want to have to get behind those walls. And I can totally see this happening. I'm going to eat my words. We did not excavate back like 4 feet extra. We wanted to leave that tree there. And so we didn't dig this big, gigantic crater to put our house in. We were pretty tight on our excavation. So the membrane that I mentioned earlier, we bought a 3-foot membrane. So it's only going to come up about 2 blocks or so high on the ICF wall. We have another membrane that we're going to reach down from the top of the wall to apply, and those 2 membranes have to overlap each other, so the upper membrane will overlap the lower membrane to make that water go down the wall and into the drain pipe, and then eventually it'll drain out into a basin, probably along with our gutters and all that stuff, just to keep the water away from the foundation. No small amount of work. All of this excess soil and rock also needs to be removed, partly because we just don't want to be tripping all over this while we're building the walls. We'll need to use ladders and things until the scaffolding is in place. Part of that bracing system is a scaffold. The braces become a scaffold that you can walk on so that you can pump the concrete and stick your vertical rebar down into the wall. The amount of prep between stages is definitely humbling. I wish we could just go start stacking ICF block, but there's certainly a lot to be done between now and then. It's officially time to disconnect our temporary water system and hook the RV up to the permanent system. We left the temporary system running for a little while because we were burning through a lot of water to keep the dust down, but we're pretty good on all that. So now it's time to hook it up to the cisterns. One thing that really frustrates me with all this running around in chaos, so you gotta make sure to turn the battery off at night, otherwise we'll wake up to a dead battery. The thing that frustrates me with this chaos, like this morning I actually spent probably almost 3 hours just cleaning the RV, cleaning the trailer, doing laundry, just clean. Seems like we make an absolute mess when we're doing these construction tasks. I guess that's just reality. It's just really frustrating, but we want to clean up. Like, we need to feel, it's probably more spiritual than anything. I don't even know what to call it. It is dirty and we hate dirt, but at the same time, we feel like it's more like a mental, it's more of a bandwidth thing than it is like that there's a little bit of dirt around. We just get sick and tired of having like dirty feet and dirt in the bed, dirt in the shower, all this place. So spend hours and hours and hours cleaning up at each stage. Probably a waste of time, but we're just kind of neat and orderly people. So I guess if you're watching this and you're gonna do this, get used to dirt. Something I can do in poorly lit conditions is install these rebar caps. We need these because we've got people coming. They're just a good idea for safety, but we've got people coming to help us, and we cannot have this vertical rebar sticking up. If someone were to trip on a rock or fall or something and hurt themselves on this rebar, that would just be terrible. Can't have that. So even in the fading light, I could probably get my headlamp and get this fairly small task done. Just dawned on me that if we get a wicked wind overnight or something, these foam panels will just disappear. So I better put something heavy on them so they don't fly away. There's not much to them.